Hi there. Thank you for joining my channel today, Nail Art by Sin. If you're new to the channel, I sincerely thank you for visiting. And if you're a return viewer or a subscriber, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your continued support. Today, we're going to do something fun. It's an Easter nail art design. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hello there, and I hope you guys are doing well today. We are going to work on some Easter nail designed art. Today, I have a set that I've already kind of worked on, and I'm going to work on the next four nails. And they might be like this and maybe not. Maybe I'll try a different design. We'll see as we go along. So here we have a purple color on the background, and then I've used white to make the little flowers. I actually used my little silicone tool here to make the flowers, and it was very easy to do. And then I have a blue background with a white Easter bunny, and this is a male bunny, so I'm thinking about maybe making a little girl bunny on the next one of these four. Then I have a pink color for the background, and then I just made a white little bow. And of course, I've had to do a yellow nail with different miscellaneous colors, so I just took these colors here and made some little dotted Swiss designs on there. So the colors that I'm going to be using, or the polish brand I chose today, is going to be Guibofus, which I did get these on Temu, but you can also get them on Shein. This one is a real pretty lavender purple color, and it is 054. And then I have a blue color, which is a sky blue or baby blue, and this is 046. I have a baby pink color, which is a 057. And the yellow that I chose looks like an Easter egg yellow, 091. And for a few of the dots on the dotted Swiss. Now, this is a green color, that color right there, and it's 041. And then for the Easter Bunny, I did use white, and I used Guibofus 002. And then for some of the outline on the rabbit and on the bow, I used Guibofus black, which is 003. I do have my Eno Couture little flashy lamp, in case I need it for anything. So, got that. And I also have another handheld lamp that I just got, and I love this very much. I believe I got it on Temu or Shein, one of the two. This works very well. So, you just turn it on, and it's got 60 seconds, and it's got the 90-second also. And when you turn it on, it looks like that. So I like that. And then of course I do have my Madame Glam lamp over here to the side that I use quite often. I actually have two side by side. I'm not going to show you that area because it's pretty messy. I haven't cleaned up over there. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started on these. Hope you enjoy. And I have already prepped 4 nails to work on, and I used the colors that I mentioned a little while ago, so these are ready to go. And I think on this one I'm going to use the yellow nail, which has the dotted Swiss little design there. I'm going to do the flowers, the flower design on this one here. So I am probably going to do, I would think, a blue flower, and maybe do a yellow dot on the inside. So I'm going to start off with a dotting tool, which is this one here. It's a pretty basic dotting tool. And I'm going to put a little bit of this yellow, number 091, just right there, just a little bit because I'm not going to use that much. I'll just keep it there in case I need it again. And, well, I have to change my mind already because the yellow dot in the middle is not going to work because the nail is yellow. So I need to go with a different color. I think I'll probably use the purple inside with the blue flower. That's what I'll do. Sorry about that. And that's always a good reason why not to put so much polish on your palette, because things change at the last minute. Okay, so I'm going to use that, and we're going to put one in the corner. So there is my little dot. And then I'm going to use the blue for the flower. Okay, there you go. All right. So you want to use your pointy silicone tip to make the flowers. And you're just going to dip the silicone tip like so. And then, so all you're going to do is just basically do that. And there's one flower petal. And we're going to do another one there. You may have to go in and touch it again. And I'm going to do it here on the end, which is perfect. And then we're going to do one here. And we'll do one here on the end as well. Just gonna kind of do this on the end. And it kind of looks like the flowers are falling off of the nail, which is perfect. So that is the design right there. And I'm going to put it in for 30 seconds. I'm going to clean off my little tip here. I do have a 100% acetone here in my little acetone container. That's all it is. Just have it off to the side there. I'm going to uncover it. All right, and that has come out of the lamp perfectly. So now we're going to do another bigger flower over here. So I'm going to use my dotting tool again and grab my little there you go. Now I'm going to go in with the blue again. Okay, and you want to make sure that you have one petal like that. You're going to do another petal on the opposite side. And then you're going to do one petal here. So you're like doing a four petal flower basically. And put a little bit more in this one to make it a little longer petal. There you go. And then you want to do one petal in between, like so. And that looks perfect. I mean, you can't get any more perfect than that. There. Now that is like the easiest flower to do. It almost looks like a little daisy flower. Okay, so I've already done this other flower off camera, and now I'm just going to do a very smaller than this one over here on the corner. So where the other one had little flowers coming off, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to do the little dot right here, like on the edge, right there. Yeah. And then I'm going to take my silicone tool and going back in with the blue, and this one might just have like 3 little petals. Might have a 4th one. Let's see, we'll do this one here. Yeah, so there you go. That's like a little half flower. So now I'm going to put this in the lamp for the full 60 seconds on that. Okay. And while that is coming out of the lamp, I'm going to get ready to do the next rabbit. And I think I'm going to do the rabbit on this purple nail, which on this one I had done flowers. I had done the rabbit on the blue. So this time we're going to do the rabbit here. And we're going to make her a little female rabbit. Okay, so here is that out of the lamp, and it just looks so pretty. I really like that a lot. Okay, so let's start with the rabbit. I'm going to do, of course, a white rabbit. So I'm going to get ready to So on this rabbit, I'm going to make her a little different. So where this one was only the head of the rabbit with the ears, I'm going to take you up to my computer screen. So here, I'm going to make this rabbit here, but I'm going to actually give her some little eyelashes to make her look like a girl. And this bow, I'm going to put right up here somewhere. So it looks like she's got a bow up in her hair, and it'll really make her look like a girl, I think. And not quite sure what I'll do on the body, since the bow's not going to be there. I might put some little buttons, or maybe I will make a little flower. I don't know, but I'm going to do something to make her look girly. So that is what we're going to be working on. And so the first thing I'm going to do is just get my detail brush. This is a number 20 mm brush, and it's about 3/4 of an inch long. I just put a little label on there so I know about how long it is. And okay, so we are going to get the brush ready. I'm always going to load the brush, just like you see me doing, back and forth, just so there's polish on the whole brush itself. So I'm going to try to do the shoulders first. So I'm just gonna do her shoulders that way. And okay. So just kind of make it kind of even all the way around there. And then I'm gonna get her colored in. And I know that sometimes using a detail brush for that can be a little monotonous, so I'm going to take the actual brush itself and I'm just going to paint the nail this way, because I'm going to have to give it 2 coats because this is a purple polish. So you will be able to probably see the purple coming through there. So I will give it another coat. So let's just do this right now. I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds. Let's see, I want to make sure this is a very thin coat. Yeah. There you go. Very nice. I'm gonna let it self-level itself just a little bit. All right, let's do that for 30 seconds, and then I will come back and put another coat on. And this is out of the lamp, so we're gonna give this another coat. Again, I'm using the nail brush from the Guibofu bottle. All right, so let's just turn this upside down. And I always like to give them a little chance to self-level, which they do. Guibofu, a lot of times you just need 1 coat like you do the Madame Glam polishes. But when it's a dark background, you do have to use 2 coats. And they do self-level really well, so that is awesome. You can see that that has self-leveled just perfectly, so I'm going to put that in the lamp now. I'm going to do 60 seconds on that because I want it completely cured before I go to the next step. I really could get creative here, and on the rabbit I could actually go in and put you know, do the white coat, and then I could put white acrylic powder over it, which will really give it like a thick consistency look. But I think I'm just going to go right now with just the straight gel polish. I'm not even using art gel paint, just using straight polish, and it's working fine. And I do have a lot of stickers. I have thousands and thousands of stickers, a lot of Easter stickers. I could put a sticker of a rabbit there, or a sticker of some flowers, and even a bow. But there's just something about doing nail art that gives me a lot of pleasure, and it is very therapeutic and relaxing to do nail art. And like I said, I am not an artist. I never have been an artist. My brother, who is deceased for 3 years now, going on 3 years, he was the artist in the family, a great, great artist. And he always would look at my drawings or anything that I tried to artistically do, and he'd always tell me, you have artistic abilities. You just don't apply yourself. You don't use them. Now that he's deceased, I think he would be very proud of me. I think he is very proud of me up in heaven. He's like, okay, I can't wait for you to get up here so we can do some painting together. But I do miss him very much. He was very, I had 3 brothers, and I have a sister. My sister and I are the only ones that are still living. My parents are deceased as well. So I was close to my older brother. I can't say that I was so close to him. We were 18 years apart. My sister and I are almost 9 years apart, but we are very close to each other. But my little brothers, both of them are deceased, and one brother, his name is Roel. He is 3 years younger than me, and then my brother Rudy, his name is Rodolfo, but we called him Rudy. He is 6 years younger than me. So I did get to live with him. We lived together in my mom's home. And we just had so many good memories. One, of our childhood together, and 2, as we got older, we became closer. So anyways, it's, you just always, I'm speaking for myself, but we always seem to get closer to our siblings as we age, I think. Okay, so that is the body of my female rabbit, and now I'm going to load my brush up again, and we are going to try to do the head. So this may take me a couple of tries, but let me go ahead and try and do this. So I'm just gonna do this for right now because I've got a lot of paint on my brush, and I just want a little bit to do the head. So I'm going to, I've kind of let the polish dry on my paintbrush a little bit, and I've got a window air conditioning unit that's blowing right up on it, so I am going to clean my brush a little bit so it'll move a lot smoother. All right, let's try this again. There you go. Now it's able to load up a little bit better. All right, it's coming along fine. Just be patient with me. I'm so sorry. So just trying to get this little line straight up here. There you go. That is looking really nice. All right. Now I'm going to take my little brush and I'm going to take my brush from my bottle and try to fill that in real nice. I think the head is a little too tall, so I'm going to try to take some of that off. So please just be patient with me as I do this. All right, and here is the rabbit that I just finished, and it's got one coat on the top head and the ears. I did bring down the head a little bit, and that gave me enough room to put the ears on. So now I'm going to put some more white of the Guibofu polish. It's number 002 on my little palette, and we're going to give it a second coat on the top end. There you go. So looks like the brush is still loading good, which means the polish did not dry on yet. So we're going to get this completed. All right, that looks very, very nicely done. Now we're going to do the other ear, which is basically half an ear, and then I folded down. I kind of folded it in a way that looks like it's folded. And that's perfect. Okay. There you go. That's wonderful. That looks really nice. All right. Now I'm going to put a little bit more white because I need more white. Let me just kind of outline the ear a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with my regular Guibofu brush that's on the gel polish and cover it really well. I mean, I can try to do it with this long detailing brush. It might work. Let me see what I can do. Okay. Let's get just a little bit on the brush end right here. I'm going to take off this little nail tip just so I can get a better grip on the brush. Let's see here. That looks okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's go back to the little brush on the that comes with the bottle. Okay, we're going to put it in the lamp. I'm going to turn it upside down for just a little while to self-level, and we'll be right back. And this one has just come out of the lamp, and I think it's really cute. So we have a little bunny right there. Okay. Now, since we've already done a little bow on the bunny, I think on this nail right here, I'm going to do something a little different there. And let me just kind of, just wanted to, somehow I'm misfiling that little edge right there. Okay, so I think I'm going to do like a little Easter egg. So first, we're going to use the blue color. So I need a little bit more of this blue. Take off this little swatching thing here. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of blue there. And then I'm going to have some white. And then I'm going to do some yellow. Then I'll put more white. And then I'll probably end up using some lavender purple. And some white. And I'll go from there. Okay. First things first, let's get a little blue on the brush. All right, so we are just basically going to draw a straight line across. Okay, gonna load up the brush again. very easy to do. You're just basically going to fill in the blue polish, and it just goes all the way straight across. Follow the line. There you go. That is basically it. So I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. And the next color is going to be white. So I'm going to load up the white brush. I'm sorry, my brush with white. Okay. And we're going to do another straight line, just straight across. All right, very easy to do as well. Just following the line all the way across. Let's see. All right, that is perfect right there. And we're going to put that in the lamp. And the next color that we will be using will be yellow. I'm going to put some more white while that is in the lamp, as I'll be using a bit of white. Okay. Okay, and the next color that we're going to be using is yellow. So let me just load my brush. And we are actually going to all right. I'm going to just kind of go make a straight line here at the top. kind of make like a little banner. Let's see. There you go. That's perfect, just the way it is. Alright, let's see here. Excuse me for just a moment, because I think I went down a little too low right here. Alright, let's fix that. Alright, so let's I think that's okay. Put in the lamp for 60 seconds. And this looks perfect here, so now we're going to do some more white. All right, let's see here. And we will put that in the lamp for 60 seconds as well. Okay. And so now I'm going to load the brush up with this mauve color. It's a purple. It's this color right here. So all right, we're just about done. And all right, I'm going to put that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then when it finishes, I think we're going to do one more color. I'm thinking it might be the green color. Okay, and here is the last color that we're going to be using. It's going to be this green color. So we're just going to fill in this last bit of area. Okay. There we go. And we're going to put that in the lamp for the last 60 seconds of this nail. And this is how it turned out. I think it turned out really cute. We're going to add on the little white parts, we're going to add some little colored dots. So I'm going to add a blue one. And add a yellow one here. Green one. A pink one here. It's blue. Okay. Let's add another pink one right over here. And then let's add another green one. Maybe right here. We'll add a yellow one right here. All right, I think that turned out pretty good. So we will give this a little 60-second cure. And then we just have one more nail that we're going to work on. I'm going to be adding some white to that blue nail. Okay. And I'm going to have a little bit of black. I'm going to add some yellow. And I'm going to need just a tiny hint of orange. So let me pull out my orange that I have. Looks like we both want orange. So I don't know if you can guess what I'm going to be adding, but I am going to be adding a little chicken that is hatching from an egg. So here is the finished nail. That looks like an egg, an Easter egg. It turned out real pretty. And now we're going to do our little egg here. So with this one, I'm actually, see if I can do the shape of an egg here. I think the egg is usually always kind of shaped like an oblong. Yeah, something like this. All right, so I'm going to fill in this egg completely white. Then I'll do my little design. All right, and I don't know if that kind of resembles an egg, but we're going to go with that. I think it does kind of go, does kind of resemble a little egg. So I'm going to put that in the lamp for 60 seconds, and I'll come back and give it another cure. So here is the one coat of white. I'm going to do the little chickie inside the egg with yellow, and then we'll go back over the white with another coat. So let's see here. I think I'm going to redo the yellow lines and move them up just a little bit. There, that's perfect. There you go. And put that in the lamp for 30 seconds. And then we're going to come back with the second coats on those, the yellow and the white.
just as FYI, I do live near an Air Force base, and quite frequently daily we get a lot of planes going overhead very loudly. So I guess I'm just used to it, but I want to apologize in advance for the loud noise.
Okay, so now let's do a second coat of the yellow. And now we're going to do the white. Let me clean my little brush. I didn't clean that. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. And let's just give this a little second coat on the white end. All right, so there is one coat on that end, and now we're going to do the second coat on the other end. go. This is perfect. All right, and we are going to give that a 60-second cure, just to kind of make sure it's all cured very, very well. And then we'll come back and we'll do the little eyes and the little beak. I need a little bit of black, so I think I'm going to put some fresh black on the palette. And we're going to put just a little orange here. This is orange number 030 of the Guibofu polish. All right, here is the nail. It looks perfect. So let's do the little eyes. We're going to take a dotting tool and it's perfect. Oh, how cute is that? Perfect. Look at that. So awesome. And now I'm going to take a little dotting tool for the beak, and then I'll use my detail brush to kind of stretch it out and make it look like a beak. Just kind of make it look like a little triangle. That's perfect right there. We're going to do a 60-second cure on that. And then I will put the little white little dot inside the black dot for the eyes. I'm going to get one of my smaller little dotting tools right here. And here we go. I'm going to use a small dotting tool for the little white eye part. There you go. It's perfect. That should be about 30 seconds there. And that will finish off this set perfectly. And here is the finished nail. That is so adorable. It turned out very, very cute. So all of these nails turned out wonderful. I'm very, very happy with the outcome. I mean, look at this. You couldn't ask for prettier Easter nails. Precious and adorable. So, thank you for staying with me through the entirety of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll make your own Easter nail set. So thank you so much, and you guys have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on our next video. See you soon.